Maybe you scrolled past this movie, but this scene, total internet legend. Welcome to Maze Runner 2 Electric Boogaloo. Unlike the first level, we're dragging the squad out of the maze and straight into the spicy Scorch. Future POV. Too many humans, server overload. Resources are absolutely cooked. Plus the sun decided to rage quit, roasting the map. Earth is officially a wasteland. To fix this massive skill issue, nations teamed up to form the ultimate evil corp. We call them WCKD. To nerf the population count, WCKD released the flare virus, but the devs messed up the code and it mutated. You don't just die when you catch it, you turn into something way more sus. Brain rot hits maximum levels, they lose all impulse control. Violence mode engaged, they become mindless zombies called cranks. Until WCKD found some immune kids, younger the kid, higher the chance of that sweet antibody. So the government rebranded WCKD as the Killzone Experiment Department. Farming kids for the cure. Dark stuff. To keep Thomas safe from the apocalypse, his mom yeets him into WCKD when he's tiny. GG mom, WCKD needs to stress test these kids for the juice. So they built a giant puzzle box of doom. Threw the noobs inside and watched their brains work like lab rats, trying to unlock the immunity perk. In part 1, Thomas carried the team out of the maze. Then a tactical squad picked them up. Enter this guy, Jansen. Claims he's running a safe house, saving kids from WCKD's clutches. Says they can chill here. Before moving to a permanent safe zone? Sure, buddy. Staff runs some health checks, gives them beds. It feels way too cozy. Thomas is already suspicious. He smells cap. Thomas hits the cafeteria and sees a lobby full of other survivors. Routine is simple. Every 2 days, a batch of kids gets sent out. But this hoodie guy in the corner? He's been waiting a week. Nada. While Thomas is gathering intel, Jansen drops the new list. Everyone is hyped to get picked, names get called out. And the winners are grinning like idiots, but Aris knows the truth. They aren't going to Disneyland. They're walking into a trap. Suddenly, Thomas sees Teresa getting dragged off. He rushes over to investigate. They claim it's just routine tests. Thomas knows they're lying. Late night vibes. Aris vents into Thomas's room like an imposter. They sneak to a restricted area. They watch the staff wheeling the winners into a lab. Sus! Aris has been tracking this. Once you go in, you don't come out to find out what's cooking. Thomas tries to blend in with the crowd. Guards block him instantly. Charisma check failed, so he chooses violence. The squad rushes in to help. It's about to be a brawl. Jansen interrupts just in time, sent them all to timeout. But this was Thomas's plan all along, because he swiped a key card. Right off a guard, slick. He spills the tea to the group, tells them to cover for him. Back to the vents we go. Key card grants access. They ghost into the lab. First thing they see? Disgusting monster embryos in jars. Deeper inside, it gets pure nightmare fuel. The missing kids are hooked up to machines. Tubes everywhere. Being drained like juice boxes. Before they can even process the horror, Jansen walks in with crew. They hide behind some tanks and hear the whole evil plot. Jansen works for Ava Page. WCKD confirmed. He's farming brain juice. Page wants him to speedrun it. She wants every kid plugged into the Matrix immediately because a resistance group called the Right Arm just destroyed 2 of their bases. Jansen gets his orders and leaves the lab. Thomas scampers back to the room. He tells everyone WCKD is back. Pack your bags, we leaving now. Meanwhile, Jansen is coming to harvest Thomas. Opens the door. Room is empty. He got played. Squad escapes through the vents. They kidnap a scientist for navigation, looking for Teresa. But the cameras saw everything. Jansen knows exactly where they are. Level 3 alert activated. Send in the goons. Squad is sprinting down the hall. Guard blocks the path. He's got a gun. Pew pew, electric shockers. Mean-ho spins around, sprints at the enemy, hits the slide. Cancel, powering up. Kapow! Knee to the face. That guard is deleted. Thomas grabs the loot. Scientist leads the way. They find Teresa in the medical bay, but the ops are closing in. Cornered, no exit. Thomas thinks fast, grabs a heavy chair, aims for the glass. Yet! They scramble through the broken window. Door opens and bam, another guard. Thomas reacts. Sit down, boy. Don't touch me. Eat dirt. Guard neutralized. Path clear. They rush the main exit. Jansen locked down the whole map. Keycards is useless on the big door. Jansen's army is right behind them. Looks like game over. Suddenly the door hisses open. It's Aris clutching the clutch. Thomas suppresses the enemy fire, then books it to the exit. And now, the coolest shot in the movie, once everyone is out. Aris smashes the control panel, locking Jansen inside, get wrecked, and just like that, they escape the base into the desert to shake the pursuers. They dive into an abandoned mall, catching their breath. Time to strategize. Thomas says, "We find the right arm, resistance group, enemy of my enemy is my bro." It's their only shot. They need loot first. Split up and search the mall. Minho finds a generator and turns it on. Lights flicker on. Bad idea. It wakes up the sleeping cranks. Zombie horde incoming. Everyone runs for their lives. Just as they reach the exit, a crank. Yoinks! Winston from the back. Squad grabs him, playing tug of war. But the zombie gets a scratching. They manage to pull him free, escaping the mall by a hair. Those zombies are built different. They camp out in the dunes till morning. Next day, they trek across the destroyed city. Welcome to the Scorch. Winston collapses. The virus is spreading. They build a stretcher to carry him. Keep moving. But weather says no. Sandstorm hits hard. They take shelter. Teresa pulls Thomas aside. Says she got her memories back. WCKD messed with her head. She thinks they should go back. Says the truth is complicated. Red flag. Bang! A gunshot stops the chat. Winston is turning. He doesn't want to be a monster. He begs them to end him. The squad can't do it. Newt leaves him the gun. Sad vibes only. They walk away as the shot rings out. R.I.P. Winston. They thought they were immune to everything. Turns out they can still get infected. They wander the desert for days. One night, Thomas spots lights in the distance. Civilization or trap? Suddenly, thunder roars. Lightning storm starts aiming botting them. Minho gets zapped. Knocked out cold. They drag him into a warehouse. Barely safe. But hello. Cranks are already inside. Thomas notices something weird. These zombies are chained up like guard dogs. A girl steps out of the shadows, walks right past the monsters like a boss. She stares them down. You look like trouble? Come on. Follow me. Unless you want to be zombie food. They follow her deeper into the base. It's a whole survivor colony. Edgy wasteland vibes. The boss here is a guy named Jorge. Goated. The girl is his adopted daughter, Brenda. Main character energy. Jorge's goons restrain them. He scans their necks with a gadget. Bingo. They are WCKD tagged. Valuable loot. Jorge knows the meta. The right arm is looking for kids just like these. Leverage. He plans to trade Thomas to the right arm and hitch a ride to their safe zone. Big brain play. But his bald minions snitched to Jansen. Traitor alert. WCKD choppers swarm the place. Thomas tries to dip. Baldy blocks the path. Blam. Brenda snipes him. No hesitation. They escape using zip lines like Batman. But Thomas and Brenda get cut off. WCKD soldiers closing in. Jorge hits the self-destruct button. Explosions everywhere. Factory starts collapsing. Desperate move. They jump and grab a cable. Falling into the sewers. They survive the fall, but almost get squashed by debris. Tunnel is blocked. They have to go deeper into the dark. Rats everywhere. And you guessed it, Cranks. Sewer level sucks. They spot a horde. Time to run. Dead end. Only way is up. Climbing the rubble of a skyscraper. Cranks are parkouring right behind them. Daylight doesn't stop them. New patch update. Day zombies. These things are fast. One catches up to Thomas. Brenda saves the day. High kick. Spartan kicks that monster off the ledge. Yes. But oops. She slips, falls onto a glass pane. Glass starts cracking. Intense. It's going to break. Thomas reaches for her. Another crank jumps him from behind. Tackles him. It slams Brenda. She's pinned on the cracking glass. Thomas goes beast mode. Smashes the zombie with a pipe. The glass shatters. He grabs Brenda midair. Clutch save. They climb to safety. But Brenda got bit on the leg. Not good. She hides it. Tries to bandage it up quickly. They keep moving to find the squad. They arrive at a rave. Marcus's pleasure palace. To get in, you gotta pay the toll. Drink the mystery liquid. Bottoms up. Instant regret. Thomas is tripping balls. Vision blurry. Reality glitching. He blacks out. System reboot. Wakes up. Minho and the boys are there, and Jorge is beating the owner to a pulp. They thought Marcus was the right arm contact. Nope, Marcus is a snake. He sells kids back to WCKD for cash. Tried to drug them and ship them off. Jorge wants the location of the right arm. Marcus won't talk. Wham! Knee to the face, gun to the head. Talk or get deleted. Marcus spills the beans. He gives up the coordinates. They grab a truck. Road trip time. Blocked road. Snipers on the ridge. Ambush city. Gunfire erupts. Thomas aims his weapon. 2 masked girls flank them from behind. It's looking like game over again. But wait, Aris knows them. Maze Runner reunion special. They chill out. Girls take them to the main base. Finally, the right arm camp. These guys are mobile to dodge WCKD. True guerrilla warfare. Vince, the leader, steps up. He's grilling them for info. Thud. Brenda collapses. Infection is taking over. Vince sees the bite, draws his gun. He's about to end her. Dr. Mary Cooper interrupts. She says she can save her. Enzyme injection. It pauses the virus, but it's not a permanent cure. WCKD is evil because they drain the kids dry. To make this juice, Dr. Mary explains, WCKD's plan is infinite farming. Thomas realizes the scale of the cringe. Brenda is stable. Thomas goes outside for air. Teresa is acting super weird. She's trauma dumping on Thomas. Says her mom went crazy from the flare. Clawed her own eyes out. Yikes. She believes WCKD is the only way. She looks Thomas in the eye. I'm sorry. Betrayal of the century. She snitched. She called WCKD. The ops are here. Choppers appear on the horizon. Thomas tries to warn the camp. Too late. Total destruction. The resistance gets absolutely rolled. Jansen rounds everyone up. Ava Page lands. Dressed in white like a saint. Evil speech time. We are doing this for humanity. Typical villain logic. She thinks sacrificing kids is worth it. Dr. Mary argues back. Jansen doesn't like debates. Bang! He deletes Dr. Mary. Thomas snaps. He pulls out a grenade. Let them go, or we all blow up. Balls of steel. The squad stands with him. Ride or die. Standoff. Jorge drives a truck through the chaos. Bonk! Smashes a helicopter. Gunfight breaks out. WCKD retreats. But they grab Minho. They kidnap the carry. No! Next morning? Survivors are regrouping. Vince wants to run and hide. Thomas has a different plan. He's done running. Villain arc loading. He's going to kill Ava Page and save Minho. It's not about survival anymore. It's revenge. WCKD is cooked. That's the movie fam. W sequel, honestly. Smash that like button, or you're a crank. Subscribe to the S Tier Movies channel.